Welcome to the Rise to Thrive show. This is a little bit different as I'm away for 5 days, but I put together some content for you. It's not live, however, there's plenty of value there for you. I'd love for you to be able to come and join my supporters group or my supporters hub. For $3.49, what I'm going to be doing is putting on an extra 8 live feeds a month, okay? Talking about business, talking about health, talking about relationships, mindsets, growth, time management, structure, you name it, okay? You can go to the very top. It says become a supporter. And from the 20th, week commencing the 20th, I'm going to be going live 5:30 in the morning on Tuesdays and Thursdays for a little bit of extra content if you want to join me. Enjoy the show. Guys, how are we doing? So I wanted to do something a little bit different. This is something that I'm super passionate about and I do on the side, okay? And I'm starting to bring it into my mastermind a little bit more. I mainly do this with my round table, which is my one-on-one coaching for people. And I'll be doing this in my supporters hub as well, talking a little bit more about business building or being an effective operator in your business or your career. Now, what I wanted to talk about are 4 things that I feel that you need to have established and have in place in terms of building a business for your side, for yourself, or a side hustle. Now, many people are always stuck in a job and they always say, I'd love to do something for myself. And the way that I feel that works really well is that you still got your main job, but on the side hustle, you're building something. You're building an empire, you're building a vision, a passion, a commitment, a desire, something to hopefully maybe one day go into full time. And I think there are maybe just these 4 steps are things that I think you need to consider before doing that. I know quite frankly from my own personal experience and working with other business owners, it can become super overwhelming in terms of trying to think of everything you want to achieve, okay, and what the outcomes are going to be. And then you just don't know where to start. And then you just go, fuck it, I don't want to start. So try these 4 basic things, and I think this is a little exercise you could do over a weekend, or you could spend a week doing, or a couple of weeks doing, however long it takes you. So the first thing is your brand. Now, when you're building a side hustle or a business for yourself, you have to understand the connection with the brand. Okay, what's the message? What are the values? Who are you? What are the outcomes that you are looking to achieve? Now, whenever I looked at my business outlay and my vision and my future, how I saw that the fitness industry is that there are lots of red fish in the fish tank, okay? Loads of these red fishes all over the place. And I was like, how could I be that blue fish? How could I stand out and be different? And I went into the fitness industry in a different angle. And I was talking a lot about the other stuff that affects our fitness, like our mental well-being, our emotional connections, our distractions, our control measures, our consistency, our clarity, all the other things that are important. I actually very rarely talk about fitness. And that has just become one of those things in terms I help people in terms of rediscovering themselves. And fitness is just one very small part of a bigger picture. And that's the way I went in with it. And I went in just being authentic and being myself. And it's either something people like or they don't like. Either way, I just stick down on my path and do my thing. And that's how I've slowly built up my brand, okay? I've tried to be the blue fish. I've tried to be a little bit different. So if you're building a business, how are you different to the other people around you? How are you different from other people that are providing the same service as you? Okay, if you're going online and you're going worldwide, there are millions or thousands, hundreds of people maybe doing what you're doing. How do you stand out? So those are things that I feel that you need to consider when you're running your own business, when you're trying to bring in customers, when you're trying to attract people to you and trying to help people. Ultimately, the aim of an entrepreneur is to solve a problem. So suddenly we're finding ways to help people with problems. For me, it's helping men rediscover themselves. And that passion comes from being in that place myself. And that's my mission. Okay, my mission is there. Okay, what's the mission statement, which we'll come into in a minute. Number 2, communicating. How do you communicate that to people? Are you talking on social media? Are you emailing people? Do you have a podcast? Are we face-to-face meets? Are you networking? Are you going to expeditions when we can? Okay, how are you communicating that? So if you look at what I do, I have my shows, my 3 shows. I give away tons of free content. I do podcasts. I have a book. I have a YouTube account, an Instagram account, a LinkedIn account, a free account. We have the Supporters Hub that we've just started. Okay, and then we have our mastermind for people that want to pay for a little bit more of my time and experience. And then we have the round table for people that even want more of my time and experience. And then we have the 5-day challenge, which is free, which is like amazing value. So how are you going to communicate your brand to the world? Process, lead, and customer. So how would you bring people? So obviously if you want a side hustle and you want to work for a business, you have to be able to provide an income somehow. Otherwise you're not going to be able to pay for your house or your car or food, all right, or live, okay? So how do you take somebody that might be interested in your services or your brand and bring them into a lead and customer? You know, I'm always open, like whenever we do a 5-day challenge, it's an opportunity for people to jump on the 28-day. Then there's an opportunity to join the mastermind. I never force that because I never want anyone on one of my programs that's not ready, because they won't get the most out of it. So I just present an opportunity, people decide if they want to do that or not, and then they come onto that program, okay? And for me, this whole business is so that I can have the lifestyle of having freedom to be around my kids, to be around my family. That's my main priority, okay? I love doing what I do here, but I don't go mental about it because my priority is time. When the kids are grown up and moved on, then I'll probably go crazy about it, okay? Start doing a world tour. So how do you do that? What's your process? Is it simple? How do we do it? Can it be improved? Can you raise your customer care standards? Can you reach out and offer more support to people? And then what's the mission statement? Mine is changing the world one man at a time. What is that mission statement that's going to help not necessarily motivate you, but remind you of why you need to show up every single day? I am so integrated with my mission of changing the way that men think that it's like it consumes most of my thoughts a lot of the time. I wake up and I'm fucking ready to go. I prepare myself for the day and everyone ahead because I just love what I do. I'm passionate about what I do. I know how to get the best out of guys, but the guys have to be in the right frame of mind, which is why I say one man at a time. Imagine that mission over 30, 40 years, how many men's life I can change. And that is what creates your brand. That's what creates the communication. That's what creates the process here for you to build a brand on, to build your business, your side hustle. Okay, even if you are a senior manager and you take this into your company. And this is a little bit different from the normal content that I do, but I wanted to offer it because it might help that one person who is starting out in business or is starting to build a side hustle, to give them some clarity about where to start. On.